Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing the mid-year book freakout tag, which is always an interesting one to do just because I feel like it's good to recap what I've been reading this past year, but also like I haven't read that many books this year, so yeah, like I feel like I just didn't have a lot of choices this time around as I've had previously my previous years. Yeah, let's jump right into this book tag. So the first question over here is the best book you've read in 2021. So I couldn't think of a single book. I thought of three. The first one I want to mention is The Vanishing Half. That one was so good. I talked about it a little bit more in one of my Goodreads reading logs, so I'll link that somewhere above and down below in case you want to check that out. Another book that I definitely feel like deserves a mention is We Are Not Free. That one just gave me really profound insight on what it was like as a Japanese American living in America during World War II. So it was incredible, very powerful read. I absolutely loved it. Then the third book over here is The Four Winds by Chris and Hannah. I actually did a whole reading review on this, a video review on this, so I will definitely link that above and down below in case you want to check that out. But I would say these three are my top reads so far for this year. Like just really insightful reads, really powerful. I learned so much. And yeah, like they're just really good reads. Next question over here is the best sequel you've read in 2021. So again, I couldn't think of just one, so I thought of two. The first one over here is China Rich Girlfriend by Kevin Kwan. This is a sequel to Crazy Rich Asians, which was just hilarious. Like this sequel was just like everything. And I listened to an audiobook, which I just didn't realize was just like, it definitely brought things up to the next level, and I really enjoyed it. It was just a really fun read, and I don't know why I waited so long to actually finish the series, but here I am. And I have the last book that I am hoping to read sometime in July. So yeah, this is the best sequel so far. Another really good sequel that I read is The Broken Web. That's a sequel to Forest of Souls, which is just incredible. It's YA fantasy. I love the twists and turns in the second book. I definitely got more insight of like the magic system, of the different like how shamanism worked, and just some of like the interactions and the dynamics between some of the kingdoms, etc. So I really enjoyed that sequel as well. Definitely cannot wait until the third book, the next book in the series. Next question over here is a new release you haven't read yet but want to. So I have over here A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. I got this book a while ago and it's just been sitting on my shelves because I am just a horrible person and have not managed to pick up this book yet. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, like I really want to read it, but it's also like a chunker, and I feel like once I read it, it'll take me forever before the next book comes out, and then I'm gonna have to reread this book. So that's also why I'm just like, you know, holding off on it, because I'm like, I don't know, but I really want to read it as well because I heard amazing things about this book. Like I love the series, so yeah, like I really want to read this as soon as possible. Next question is most anticipated releases for the second half of the year. So I actually did a most anticipated release for July, August, and September, so I'll link that somewhere above and down below in case you want to check that out. But I have two books that are like super high on my list. One is Vespertine and the other one is Once a Broken Heart. Both of them just sound fantastic. One of them is by an author that I have loved her books in the past, so like I definitely want to continue. She's a must-read author for me. The other one just sounds really interesting. It's about this woman who ends up enlisting the help of a prince or something, a prince of hearts, and it turns out that she ends up bargaining more than she expected because she went to him since the one that she loves is now marrying another. So a lot of like romance in there for sure, magic in there as well, and I'm kind of here for it. Next question is the biggest disappointment of the year, and I have two books for this actually, which is very disappointing. Like I didn't not love it. I gave both of these like 3 stars, but like I was expecting like full 5-star reads, and they are Mexican Gothic and Year of the Witching. I have read both of these in my Goodreads horror reading log in case you want to check that out, but these books are just like, honestly, I actually had like 5-star predictions for these, but they were just disappointing. Like they were not bad books by any means. Like I said, give them 3 stars. I still enjoyed it, but they were definitely not like up to par what I had expected from them. So yeah, like 3 stars, disappointing for sure. Next question is biggest surprise. So this one's gonna be We Are Not Free, because this one I was not expecting much for some reason. Also, I was being daunted because it follows like 14 POVs, and I was like, dude, I can barely do 2. How the fuck am I supposed to do like 14 and follow 14 different characters? But the way how the author did it, the way how she brought all these like insightful just knowledge about what it was like as an Asian American in that time period, especially as a Japanese American in that time period, was just incredible, and I just loved it. Like, it was a really freaking good read, and I highly recommend it. If you have not picked up yet, like, definitely check that out. Next question over here is favorite new author, can be a debut or a new to you. So for this one, I actually have The Henna Artist by Akka Joshi. I read this one in one of my Goodreads reading vlogs, so again, I will link that somewhere above and down below in case you want to check that out. But this book was good. I really liked it. It's a cultural book. It's set in India, specifically in Jaipur in the 1950s. It follows a woman who ends up, you know, running away from her abusive husband to kind of make a life for herself, and she ends up in the city becoming a henna artist to the wealthy women of Jaipur, and she's basically also like managing the delicate social balances of her own social status as well as the wealthy families and wealthy women, and how, you know, interactions with them can either make or break her life and her livelihood. To make matters more complicated, a sister that she never knew existed ends up, you know, coming to the city one day, brought to her by her ex-husband, I guess, even though they're not divorced. So now she's like taking care of her sister, younger sister, and, you know, just managing all the social economic balances of that. But yeah, it was an incredible read. Definitely cannot wait for the sequel. I think it just came out, so yeah, I want to pick it up as soon as possible. Next question over here is newest fictional crush. I don't really have one, to be honest, but I did read a manga recently. This one is actually Tanjiro by Demon Slayer. He is like the main character, and he is just like, his personality is just everything. He is like super powerful. He seems like, he also like super down to earth. He's like kind of funny at times. And he just seems like very like level-headed, and like he seems like a really good guy to have around. Like, in case of any danger, you want him on your side, okay? And I feel like that's something that I like. So yeah, that's my fictional crush if I had to pick one. Next question over here is newest favorite character, and this one is, I decided to go with a character that's very relatable to me, and that is Nina from The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman. She is just like, she's literally me. Like, I feel like I want to be her, because all she wants to do is just like, you know, go to the bookstore where she works at, come home, read, hang out with her girlfriends, her friends, you know, like every week. And I'm like, that's literally me. Like, I just want to have that kind of life, very chill, you know, kind of stuff. But of course she ends up dealing with a lot more because of like an unknown family, or she finds out that she has a lot more family members than she expected. There's also romance in here, but like her character is just like literally me, guys. Relatable. Next question over here is a book that made you cry. So this one will actually be We Are Not Free, because there was this one part towards the end just like left me like not sobbing, but I was actually driving to work when I was listening to it, and I was like, oh my god. I was like kind of tearing up like on the way to work, because I was just like, this is just like way sadder than I expected. Like, it was like devastating. Yeah, so that's definitely the book. Also, like, it's a historical fiction, guys. It's set at a time period of war. There's going to be like tears, very emotional things happening. So yeah, definitely made me, that book definitely made me like tear up a little bit. Next question over here is a book that made you happy. So I have a few books over here that just made me laugh out loud. One of them is A Fake It Till You Break It by Jen P. Nguyen. This was like a cute contemporary book, and it just made me like just warm and gushy, just because of all the dynamics and interaction between her and the guy, and just like they were fake dating, even though like, you know, like it was obvious that they were like super into each other. But yeah, like it was just a really fun read. Next one over here is Head Over Heels by Hannah Orenstein. This one just like a really fun book. It definitely has some like serious undertones to it. It deals with like sexual assault and depression for sure, so trigger warnings, but like as a whole it was a really fun book, and I just like really enjoyed it. Another book that I obviously couldn't not mention is China Rich Girlfriend by Kevin Kwan. Obviously, with all like the drama and antics going on in here, it's just hilarious. And like if you just want like a really feel-good kind of book, and just like kind of like Gossip Girl but like funny and like diverse, then yeah, this is, you know, a good book to pick up. Next question over here is most beautiful book you've bought so far. So I have actually pre-ordered this, and it's coming sometime next week, and that is Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. This book is stunning. Like, I love it, guys. The last and final question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So this is one that I am super hesitant on, but I do want to finish it. Like, I think this is definitely going to be on my must read for sure, and that is the Nevernight series by J. Kristoff. I have yet to pick up the series. It's been on my TBR for God knows how long. I've been meaning to do like a reading vlog on all 3 books, so maybe I'll get to do that sometime soon. But like, this book is just, it is daunting for some reason. Like, there's 3 of them, and I heard you either like love his writing style or you don't. So I don't know, we'll see how this goes. It's the first time I've read any of his books before, but this is definitely a book that I really want to read before the end of the year. Alright guys, so that's essentially the end of this particular tag. It's just kind of interesting to kind of reflect on what I've been reading this past year. But yeah, anyways, that's the say for this video. Let me know down below how you've been doing for this past year so far. What has been your favorite, your worst books of 2021 thus far? I'm thinking about doing one of those like best and worst books of 2021 so far, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Should I do one? Should I not do one? But as always, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to see more content of me, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell. As always, if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.